Hey guys, and welcome back to yet another episode on my channel. This is actually a slightly different format than I'm used to recording in. Of course, I'm used to being with my cell phone and doing a recording, kind of a longer somewhat episode, unboxing, review and stuff. I'm going to get to the reason why I'm not doing that in a second, the reason why I did change formats. But I did want to let you guys know this is more of like an unofficial, official episode, just to let you guys know of what's to come over the next several weeks. There's a couple projects that I've personally been working on that I'm very excited to be bringing you. Of course, first and foremost, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel to be the first to get all the updated content and all the great videos that are to come your way. Thank you to all my new subscribers, and I hope that many new ones come on in the future, and the ones that are already subscribing are sharing my channel with the ones that you guys already know. So, of course, what's to come, as you guys can see, I have kind of blacked out this somewhat portion of wording on the screen. However, as you guys can see, the Omega review we will be getting into, of course. As you guys probably already know, I did get the Omega Seamaster Diver 300 meter master coaxial chronometer, reference number 210.30.42.20.03.001. And I really do look forward to reviewing this watch for you on the next episode, of course. That's the episode to come next. But these are all my notes on it. I'm just, I'm trying to keep everything in a little bit of suspense so you guys can't really see anything. That'll be a really good full review. You guys already saw the unboxing, but then we're going to really go into the finer details of the watch. I think it's something you guys will really appreciate. I have been wearing that watch for the better part of a month at this point, pretty much through all of February. Super impressed with it. But anyways, you guys will get the video on that sometime in the next 1 to 2-ish weeks, depending on the schedule. I'm going to go into that in a minute, and again, the reason why we're recording in a slightly different format tonight. So that'll be the next episode that we have coming up. After that, I have something kind of a little special for you guys, at least in my opinion. This was a little bit unexpected. But after compiling a fairly long list, which I will get to in a minute, there was something else that I found that I did kind of, pull the trigger on a little bit. It is not, I just wanted to preface with this statement here. This is not meant to replace the Omega whatsoever. The Omega, I certainly plan on keeping in my collection pretty much forever, unless I decide to maybe like upgrade it or get a model that comes out that's a little bit better than this one, like slightly upgraded movement or design-wise down the road. I have not fully decided that yet. I love this watch. I love this watch. You guys are going to see in my full review. But as I mentioned, there was something that, I found after creating a list. Show that to you guys in a minute. It's the project that I've been working on. I did pull the trigger on. And I guess I'll just preface with this little quick thing as just kind of a preview. I'm going to show you guys something in a minute, but the reason why I pulled the trigger on it was because I felt that it complemented the Omega very well, Seamaster, and you guys will understand that why when I do my video, but I didn't want to be too mean. I mean, I'm sure some of you guys are gonna know which watch it is when I pull it up on the screen in a minute. Some of you may not, but for those of you who know, that's great. You guys can leave your comments below. It doesn't matter to me, but I figured I would just give you guys a little bit of a preview of it. And that's it right there. Just a little preview. That's all I was giving you, nothing more. So anyways, that's going to be the episode after the Omega. Finally, the bigger project that I've been working on. So one of the things that I'm a big fan of, and some of you guys may not, we're going to bring that up just a little bit actually. One of the things you guys may not know is that I have actually been into watches for quite some time now, several years. I pay attention to like watch news on a daily basis, and I'm just always reading about different brands, and you know, on YouTube all the time, making my own videos and watching other people's videos on them. And I've bought and sold many, and I guess you could say traded to a degree as well. Many brands, many watches. And, you know, obviously, like many people out there, I've spent a lot of money, gotten some money back. I mean, I haven't made money overall on watches at all. I've taken, you know, a fairly big loss and things like that. But, you know, at least with watches compared to some other items, you really don't lose, of course, all of them, which is great, because if you did, that would just suck, of course. But one of the watches that I've come to really enjoy, a certain type, it's a family, like a sub-segment within the family of watches, are diving watches. And what I mean by diving watches, I kind of have like a you know, stringent to me degree description, actually, if you will, on what constitutes a dive watch to me. And I think that this is the most somewhat official, you know, definition description. But the first thing, of course, is that it needs to have at least a unidirectional rotating dive bezel, one on it that, you know, has a you know, like a diving scale. And again, I'm just going to bring up the Omega as a example, but if you guys just follow my mouse, this is what I mean by the dive bezel. I mean, they all look very different, don't get me wrong, but they dive watches have this, and they all usually rotate unidirectionally, counterclockwise, meaning this way, as opposed to clockwise, which is this way. So that's one of the things that pretty much all dive watches have, of course. The next thing is the screw down crown, and okay, of course, that went that way. What I mean by the screw down crown, well, whatever, is this part here. I was going to actually just try to do a zoom in for you guys, but that kind of worked out unsuccessfully with my touch screen. But this is the crown here. It needs to screw firmly into the case. That's just to prevent water more so from getting in. It's not exactly, I mean, sometimes it's airtight. I mean, I guess it kind of should be, but at least it prevents really water and other elements from getting in. Usually at least 200 meters of water resistance. Of course, this one in particular has a 300 meter, as evidenced by the description and the little tag on the dial here. Description at 300 meters. To me, a minimum of 200 meters is usually a good indication of a good solid dive watch. I mean, to me, the other thing is just personal preference. I love a blue dial. Some people like black, some people like white, some people like orange, red, and they come in all different kinds of colors. The other thing to me is that, I mean, and again, if this is a diving watch, it should be something that's extremely durable, standing the test of time, and nothing should ever really be breaking on it somewhat. Uh, and there's, I wouldn't say some controversy, but there's a lot of opinions on this in the watch world, which I'm fine with. But the stainless steel bracelet, to me, a dive watch without a doubt has a good solid stainless steel bracelet on it. That either usually at least has like a dive clasp on it, like an extension or anything like that, because sometimes you want to fit it over a wetsuit. Although I know most divers don't really go, quote unquote, diving with them, because apparently, nowadays they have dive computers and they don't want to get watches really messed up, and there's other equipment that they use to time dives. If I was personally diving, I don't know. I think I'd maybe want to wear like a dive watch, along with other equipment would be cool. But you have a dive watch, to time dives if you need. So I think something like that would be great. So a good stainless steel bracelet. Let me just say this: the reason why I personally would not go with a rubber strap. Um, Rubber straps, like leather, they do wear down like crazy over time, and they break and they tear. Um, some, I know that they're comfortable on the wrist, and people like the way that they look, and they come in different colors and stuff, but they do break. I mean, to me, a diving watch should be like certainly hell of steel and or I'll preface with titanium. That's another thing. So I've just come to really enjoy dive watches. Those are some of my personal criteria. The other thing that they say is they should be ISO 6425 certified, um, to just meet like a minimum standard requirement, to go diving with. So what I did was, I compiled a little list here, and of course, I'll just quickly scroll through, although, I mean, the websites to the links to the watches are there, but it may be hard for you guys to see and or read unless you pause the video at any point during this little thing here. But I did compile a list of, I believe, it's 47, if I do have my math right. Let's bring up the calculator for a quick second. We have 17 in the or under 1,000 category, to plus 13 in the 1 to 2,000 category, then another 9 in the 2 to less than $5,000 category. Then we have 7 watches in the 5 to less than $10,000 category. And finally, 1 watch in the 10 plus $1,000 category. So yes, 47 watches by my count, which is pretty impressive. I can almost promise you guys this will be the most comprehensive. This is going to be like a little bit of a mini series, but comprehensive list of dive watches ever compiled, I think, in a little bit of a mini series. So I definitely don't want you guys to miss that. So I'm planning on breaking that into, let's say, four episodes each, and then maybe taking it just a little bit further with it. So if we do 47 divided by 4, and we'll have approximately 12, I guess, almost 12 watches per episode, which will be quite a lot, I can almost promise you. But we're going to go through them, kind of relatively quickly, and then what I'm planning on doing is that I will personally go through and give you guys just a little bit of a ranking of the watches from what I believe is maybe least best or lowest all the way up to the top best. So I certainly look forward to doing that. That's the project that I've been working on, which led me to that purchase, of course. And we'll be going into a full unboxing and review of it. So wow, 15 minutes into this episode. So, anyways, uh, the reason why I'm in a slightly different format is because my phone, the phone that I usually record on, my Samsung Galaxy S8, I've had it for, I guess, definitely over 2 years at this point, but I think it's been under three. One of the, a lot of software updates, obviously, to phones and things like that. But I really can't even record videos or take pictures on it anymore. The memory has unfortunately run out, which is crazy and weird. I have a decent amount of apps and things like that. I clear the memory on my phone and things like that. However, with software updates that come out now, they take up a crazy amount of memory, and that's the reason why my phone is my phone has literally used up 99 point probably 9% of its memory, so it's kind of like going on its uh, last little legs in terms of that, in terms of peak functionality performance. Um, so I'm on this format, of course, with the computer, the laptop. But one of the things that I did pre-order and will be getting this week is the Samsung Galaxy S20 5G. Of course, as you guys can see the phone here. Very excited to be getting it. There's probably some people who are going to be like, wow, you are crazy and things like that, which I'm totally fine with. I know it was, obviously expensive, and I probably should have waited, but I bypassed the S10 to get the S20 Plus, so I'm very excited. The camera on is supposed to be, like somewhat revolutionary, so I'm looking forward to kind of bringing you guys all the brand new content on that phone, which is the reason why this is more of an unofficial official episode, just to let you guys know what's to come. And the reason why we're not shooting in typical format. But anyways, more importantly, and I guess we'll go back to this and or this little picture here, just to kind of do like the little bit of a send off, because of course these two are now my babies. But anyways, I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching this somewhat longer than I thought. Unofficial official episode, of course, as I'm going to name it. Please be sure to, like I said, like and subscribe to be the first to get content, especially the new content that's coming out. I think it's going to be absolutely amazing. I think you guys are going to love it. It's going to be really informative and stuff. And if there's anything else that you guys do want to see on the channel going forward, any particular episodes, any watches, any questions that you guys have, please don't feel free to leave them in the comment section below. I do pretty much look at all the comments that people leave and stuff like that. I know one of the biggest things that has come up, I've seen a lot of comments on, was the Omega box, which I will get to in the full review. A couple of people said, "Oh, like there's another compartment in the box." Yes, I know that there is. I appreciate all the comments. As you know, I haven't purchased like a new Omega ever like that. The box, obviously, as part of the review, is just gorgeous. But I will get to that in my full review. But anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode. I really appreciate it. Like I said, I look forward to getting the Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus in and recording some really high definition video on that and bringing you guys some new content. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys with the new phone with a bunch of new episodes coming up over the next few weeks. Stay tuned.